Chapter 68 European Trials, Berlin, 2011. This event started with 4 nights sleeping in the altitude tent in sunny Manchester as a practice for the Paralympic holding camp. This seemed like an added extra to me, and I felt we didn't need a trip to Manchester, but apparently this trip was good preparation for the London 2012 Paralympics, so therefore we went to Manchester as a trial. Fine, I thought, wondering if really this was necessary, as I found the extra journey time to Manchester and then to London an extra burden that shatters my body personally. I stayed positive, however, and enjoyed the naivety of the young swimmers who had just joined the team after qualifying for the Berlin European Trials. I loved their excitement, and I loved the smile on their faces whenever we were going to do something new. I felt the excitement through them and looked on with the wisdom that comes from experience. This European Championships would be different from the last Europeans, which were in Eindhoven, the Netherlands, where I won 5 golds. This time I would be sleeping in the altitude tent, because I had not had a personal best time since the last Europeans. Will the times I swim here be good, or would they just be about the same? For the previous 3 weeks I had been preparing for my 100 backstroke in a different way by wearing my racing suit in the morning and evenings on Fridays, the day of my 100 back in London 2012. Swimming my race warm-up, doing a 100 metres backstroke race on my own, and monitoring my time for it. Week 1, AM 111.2 and PM 111.1. Week 2, AM 110.8, PM 111.1. Week 3, AM 110.57 and PM 110.7. I found this very exciting and felt that when I would swim my 100 metres back race, I would be ready for it after so many weeks of practice. I was struggling a bit with the MS as I couldn't really feel my left hand and had a numb sensation all down my left leg. I also felt horrendously tired after my trip to Berlin for the German Open meet there. But other than that, I was feeling happy and excited and grateful to be me. The German Open meet was good, and I won 5 S9 gold medals, and then in the GB relay won 2 more gold medals. 7 gold medals was not too bad. I had 1 world record on the 50 metres backstroke. I just wished it was a useful world record and was not brushed under the carpet like dirt. But as a Paralympian, 50 breaststroke, 50 backstroke, 50 butterfly were completely ignored and deemed therefore as useless. After this Berlin Open meet, we went to the Europeans very excited. I swam very well at the European Championships, just loving racing and loving winning medals. I also experienced something very frustrating at the European trials for the 100 metres free relay. I should have been offered a place on this relay team, but it was taken away from me when I mentioned that I felt a bit sick. The food we had been offered was a bit gross, so I wasn't surprised that I felt bad. I was very frustrated that I'd been chosen for this team, but then they dropped me for an illness that was apparently contagious. Rubbish. I felt a little bit sick, most probably from the awful food we had been eating, and not from the apparently contagious sick bug. The doctor had thought I was fine to swim, but the coach took me out. Rah! Why do I bother? I should have remembered my silence lesson that I learnt from the MS. If it is not going to kill you, keep it to yourself. In Berlin, I also had drugs tests after drugs tests after drugs tests, and it all seemed a little bit over the top. For crying out loud, give me a break. The drug tests were carried out by 2 people, but there was a huge queue of people who needed their tests. We were all stood in the queue, desperate for the loo. The selfish few obviously used whatever excuse they could think of and jumped in front. Hopefully everyone learned some lessons from this competition, and hopefully these mistakes won't happen again. A difficult but truly successful meet for me. 3 gold medals and 2 silvers. Not too bad.